Lange Groth, who leads the shamanic journeying, and it would be better if I came Tuesday nights to shamanic journeying. I know I've been to it a couple of times, and I know a couple of friends of mine have been many times, and they love it. So if you haven't been to one of Julie's programs here on a Tuesday night, she's the fourth Tuesday of the month, and it's a really lovely, lovely ceremony each time.
Thank you, and everyone's welcome. I'm just going to set up a little bit here. So I'd love to sit. Could I? I'm
Yes,
just going to bring a chair over
absolutely.
here. This one will go. Okay. Spot me through. Oh, thank you. All right, watch your heads, guys. So maybe I'll sit right here. Sorry, I guess I'm going to have my back to you. I need to do this. So, you want to turn this on?
On the bottom of it, there's a little button. Just slide it all the way over.
Okay. So now you hear me better. Do you hear me now? So, I really love that song that we sang. And the reading, who did that reading? That was a beautiful reading. That was really, really perfect for what we're doing today. So, today, Thanksgiving is over and our bellies are probably pretty full. And we're really turning our attention now to winter. And as we look at the natural world and how they prepare for winter, you know, many of them are going into hibernation or a state of dormancy. I think of it as going into the cave. And in a way, we as people have our own way of going into the cave when winter comes. Winter is a time when, you know, if we don't artificially make ourselves too busy, we have a tendency to kind of slow down. We stay indoors more. It's dark more, so we probably get a little more sleep. And, you know, it's not a time that's just wasted. It's a very fruitful and rich time. It's a time of going within and being able to contemplate how your life is going. And it's a time of self-examination. And, you know, we make New Year's resolutions in the winter. We sow the seeds of how our life is going to be. We sometimes call it dreaming the new dream. When we sleep through the winter, we're dreaming a new dream for our lives, for the future. So when you go into the cave, it's always a good idea to get rid of all the stuff that you don't want to keep. You don't want to go into the cave carrying around a lot of baggage, a lot of energy that doesn't serve you anymore. You want to clean yourself up, you know, energetic hygiene before going into the cave, because you're going to be in there a long time. It's nice to be clean. And so today we're working with the Quechua tradition, and we're going to do a ceremony, a journey that will help us clean ourselves up before we go into the winter cave. So how many of you have ever heard of the Quechua people? They live in the high Andes, Peru and Ecuador, and they are the direct descendants of the Inca people. So it's a very ancient nation, and they're kind of unspoiled by modern ideas still. So it's a very beautiful tradition. And we're going to do a honoring of the directions ceremony to start things out. And you'll find that it's kind of similar to, you know, the Native American medicine wheel that we talked about when I was here last time, which is a circle with the cross in the center. And that's kind of the center of the Native Americans' cosmology. Well, in the Quechua tradition, it's rather similar. This is the symbol that is their cosmology symbol. And again, north, south, west, and east. Backwards here. So they associate certain things with those directions, and of course the center is very important too. And this is called a chicana, whereas Native Americans call it a medicine wheel. This is called a chicana. So I need some helpers. I need somebody to read the part of the prayer in each of the directions. So who wants to read in the east? That would be this. Okay, great. And who wants to be in the west? Okay, would you stand there, please? And how about in the south? Aaron, you want to? And, okay, we got a north volunteer. Now we need someone to be Mother Earth.
That's okay. I'll move it around.
Okay, come stand here. And now we need someone to be Father, ancestors. Okay. Too late. Okay, so now let me find the words. All right, so here's how it's going to go down. Oh, and then we need for a bunch of people to be rattlers. So you guys want to be, who wants to be a rattler? Would you be a rattler? Great, thank you. Will you just take and pass it around? Thank you. So Renee, you're going to start. Oh no, you're not. You start the south. So the south begins. So let me just describe a little bit about how this is going to work.
Listen for instruction.
Yes.
Anything else? Yeah, that's all right.
All right, so one by one, we'll read the directions. So Renee, Mary, when you read the south, then we'll drum and rattle together for a little while to really imagine the spirit of the south coming in and joining our circle. And then you'll walk it over to Amy, and she'll do the west, and then we'll repeat that with each direction. And then, Renee, when you react, you read yours, you'll take it to Mother Earth, and then Mother Earth will take it to the
Ancestors. It's okay. It's just symbolic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, north. The north, and then the mother. All right. So the west. Who's the west? Who's the north?
Alessi, so we're starting in the south, so it does come to me at the end,
Yeah.
and I take it to
You
Mother
bring it
Earth.
to. You bring it to it. And then after we do the ancestors, then I'm going to give you the signal. Wait till I give you the signal, okay? All right. So we'll drum a little bit just to get everybody centered, and then we'll start.
To the winds of the south, great serpent,
Wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed the past the way you shed your skin, to walk softly on the earth. Teach us the beauty way.
To the winds of the west, Mother Jaguar, protect our medicine space. Teach us the way of peace to live impeccably. Show us the way beyond death.
To the winds of the north, hummingbirds, grandmothers, and grandfathers, each and one. Come and warm your hands by our fires. Whisper to us in the wind. We honor you who have come before us, and you who will come after us, our children's children.
To the great eagle, condor, come to us from the place of the rising sun. Keep us under your wing. Show us the mountains we only dare to dream of. Teach us to fly on the wing to wing with the Great Spirit.
Mother Earth, we've gathered for the healing of all your children, the stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the creepy crawlers, the fin, the furred, and the winged ones, all our relations.
Father, Son, Grandma Moon, and to the star notations. Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are unnamed both one. Thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to sing the song of life.
Good job. Isn't that
Who's gonna pass it to now?
Cool.
Is it one or two? Okay, that's good. We'll play with it more later, okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys. You did a great job.
Okay.
Very good reading. So, the Quechua people have their prophets, and their prophets have been making predictions the same way that many prophets all across the globe have about this great time of change. And you know, we all were hearing last December about how this was going to be the end of the world and Armageddon and everything was going to be disaster. And of course that didn't come to pass. And really what many people believed, including me, is that the time of change was not one of necessarily catastrophe, but a big shift in consciousness in the world. And the Quechua people have that belief. And I want to just read you something about that because they call this time the time of the Pachacuti. And the Pachacuti just means the great shift. So the elders are now offering their teachings to the world in preparation for the day in which the eagle of the north and the condor of the south fly once again. You know, in North America, we honor the eagle as sort of our emblem of who we are. In the South America, it's the condor. They're rather similar birds, very big. They say love and compassion are the forces that are guiding the union of the four races of man. The new guardians of the earth will come from the west. Those who have caused the greatest impact on Mother Earth now have the responsibility to build their relationship with her after they rebuild their relationship with themselves. Prophecy continues to describe how in this great shift, North America will provide physical strength, Europe will have the mental aspect, and the heart will be given by South America. With this, the prophecies are encouraging, referring to the end of the world as we have known it until now, as the end of a way of thinking, of being, of relating to nature, and to the other beings on the planet. So this great shift can be a very positive thing, and the more we cooperate and create that same shift in ourselves and create the circumstances where it can flow in a smooth way, which is something we can all help, then the less painful it will be and the more beauty it will create. So the Quechua think of one of the best ways of doing that is to create Aini. And Aini is sort of like the North Americans say walk in beauty, which means to walk in balance and harmony, which creates peace within and without. And you know, I grew up as a Catholic, and so for me, that's sort of the same as being in a state of grace. But for the Quechua, it's called Aini. It's A-Y-N-I. And one of the ways you do to feed the Aini on the planet is to get rid of those energies that are dense and heavy, which they call hucha, and to bring in more energy into yourselves and into the world that is light and clear and pure. And that is called Sami. So we're going to do a journey that is going to help us all to release the hucha, take in Sami, and thereby create Aini within ourselves and in the world. So who's ready to do that? Good? Okay. So let's just all get into a nice comfortable position, and we'll kill some of these lights, all of these lights if we can. And just kind of settle into wherever you are. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. And just kind of relax your shoulders. And I'm just going to talk you through it. So I'll drum just a little bit to get us started, and then I'll talk, and I hope you'll be able to hear me okay. Anybody have any questions before we start? You're such an agreeable crowd. Here we are in the center of the heart of the creative powers of the universe. We are open to possibility. Just say, take some nice deep breaths now. And when you inhale pure white light. And just let it enter your lungs and fill them up and move out all through your body. And as you exhale, just release any stress you're holding in your body, any tension in your neck, any aches in your back. Just release that. And when you breathe in more beautiful light. And feel it going into all the cells of your body. yourself just go completely limp and soft, still, and settle into your chair as if it were the loving mother, the loving arms of the mother. And now in your mind's eye, imagine that you are in a high place overlooking a large flat landscape. And on that landscape, you see that sort of like a crop circle, someone has made a circle with 4 stones, one large stone in each direction, and another large stone in the center. And you recognize that you are looking at the Chicana, ancient symbol of the Quechua people, and you are very drawn to it. So you make your way down to this big circle, and you find that it's very easy. You just kind of float down there, and you come to the point of the circle that's in the south. And you see that on the large stone, there is a big anaconda snake curled up and looking at you. And you recognize that this great anaconda snake is the guardian of the South. And you have come here to give away those parts of you that no longer serve you, those old ideas that no longer serve you, those false and limiting beliefs that are not doing you any good, memories that haunt you. Just release those now through your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. Just feel those things flowing out of you. And as they flow out, feel the light coming through your crown chakra at the top of your head. The very top of your head, there's pure white light that's coming into you and flowing down to that place at your root chakra and filling it up with light. And so now you thank the great anaconda for taking this hucha from you and making space for light. And you bid it farewell, and you begin to make your way around the circle now, moving toward the west. You're moving toward the west, and you come to another stone. And on this stone sits a big jaguar. Oh, it's very beautiful, very fierce. But you are not afraid, because the jaguar is here to protect the direction of the south and make you feel safe. And so you feel comfortable that you can release some more hucha here. And this time, you're going to release it from your navel. You're going to release all your aches and pains, your illnesses, any physical discomfort that you're holding. Just let it flow out through your navel and flow down into the earth. It's very easy to do. Just let it go. And as it flows out, you feel a flood of beautiful white energy flowing in through your crown chakra, flowing down into the area of your navel and filling it up with beautiful white Sami energy. And now you thank the jaguar for allowing you to unburden yourself of your pain. And you make your way around to the north. And as you approach the north, you see another big stone. And hovering just above that stone is a beautiful hummingbird. Many colors, so delightful. And you know that this hummingbird is the guardian of the north. And it is here to take away your anxieties, your doubts, your fears. And you feel those just leaving you now through your throat chakra. All those doubts and fears and anxieties are just flowing out of your throat, flowing downward onto the ground. And now you feel that flood of white energy coming through your crown, flowing into the area of your throat, and filling that area up with beautiful white Sami energy. And so you thank the hummingbird for helping you to release this energy that does not help you. And you make your way to the east. And as you approach the east, you see another stone. And on the stone is sitting a big condor. So beautiful, so powerful. It seems to be looking into your very heart with its intense, keen eyes. And the condor invites you to release any heavy emotions from your heart. Anger, hatred, resentment, jealousy, fear. Just feel all that flowing out of you from your heart, flowing onto the ground. Boy, that feels good. Just let all that stuff flow out of you. And as you do this through your crown chakra, more beautiful white Sami energy is flooding into you and filling up your heart space with white energy. You are feeling pretty great now as you thank the condor for helping you. And so now you turn around and face the center of the circle, and you see growing there an enormous tree. And you know that this is the cosmic tree, the tree that unites heaven and earth, the tree that connects the upper and middle and lower worlds, the tree that connects your descendants and your ancestors. And you walk up to that tree. It's so beautiful. It's enormous. And you just feel compelled to throw your arms around the trunk and stand belly to belly with that tree. Almost so that you feel one with that tree. And as you do this, you notice that your consciousness rises up out of you and moves up the tree and into the branches. And you come to rest on one particular branch where there's a bird waiting for you. And you know that the bird is inviting you to climb onto its back and to fly away. And that sounds like fun. And so you do. You climb onto the bird, and it lifts its wings and it takes off. And as it flies upward and circles around, you see the landscape before you spread out wide as it gets farther and farther away. And you're getting higher and higher. You look up and there's a cloud ceiling above you, a very dense cloud ceiling. And you see that the bird is going to take you right through that cloud ceiling. And the bird tells you that when you get through that cloud ceiling, you will be in the ancestral realm, the place where everyone who has ever lived on earth now resides. So you go through the cloud cover, and now you're in that place, that ancestral realm. But let your eyes adjust to this place and look around a little bit. What does it look like? And you see in the distance 2 chairs sitting side by side. And in one of those chairs is a person. And you know that that person will be one of your ancestors. I don't know how far back this ancestor lived. It may be a grandparent, it may be someone who lived 1,000 years ago. But the other chair is for you. So walk up to those 2 chairs and that ancestor and take your place in the chair. And turn to your ancestor and take your ancestor's hands in yours. Look into one another's eyes, and no words are needed. Just learn what you can. See if there are any messages or stories, anything that this ancestor would like to share with you at this time as I drum. Special pen with invisible ink and inscribes this word or symbol on your forearm like a tattoo that only you can see. Watch now as your ancestor inscribes this word or symbol. Thank the bird, and now you're making your way down the tree as pure consciousness. You're just descending down the trunk of the tree. Now you're at the bottom. You still have your arms wrapped around the trunk. And as you do this, you still feel as if you are one with the tree. And you actually feel the roots of the tree coming out of your feet. And you actually feel the branches of the tree coming out of the top of your body. And you feel a beautiful white light, that Sammy light that has filled you up, now radiating outward, so that it radiates all through the world. You see it going like a tsunami of light, spreading out across the world, all around it. So now the world is bathed in this beautiful Sammy energy. And you are in a state of Aini, in perfect balance and harmony. And this is what you now bring out into the world and into your life. You can open your eyes. Did everybody have a good trip? This is a time that I love to hear stories and any sharing that anybody wants to do. And you know, it's always your choice to, if some things are private, you can hold them private, you don't have to say. But if anybody has something that you would like to share, it's always a wonderful blessing to the whole circle to hear about other people's journeys. In particular, I'm wondering, you know, what kind of bird did you see that you flew on? What kind of symbol did you get emblazoned in your arm that nobody else can see? Anyone have something you want to share? Yes?
I was taken back to my childhood days, the age of some of these young people here. I had wonderful summers in camp in Vermont and in Sussex County, New Jersey, where we were very, very much had a spiritual connection with the outdoors and early people who were here. And we had ceremonies where we would be down by the lake and have this type of a session together. And then we would light a candle on a little piece of wood and set them on the lake. And this is what came back to me during this.
How beautiful.
From this is a wonderful spiritual happenings and thoughts that we shared at that time.
Thank you. That is beautiful. You're very lucky to have that in your childhood.
Many
Thank you. You don't have to tell. Anyone else? Yes? Deborah?
I really like the ceremony. Yeah, so the bird was a golden bird. That was quite lovely. And the gift was actually the same gift I got the other day, which was, once again, the spiral. And the ancestor, his ancient grandmother, going way back, and she tattooed the spiral on different parts this time of my body than
No, it was just sort of like a vague silhouette of I guess, a person, and just relaxed me a lot. I say this whole thing speaks well for non-traditional medicine.
And it is amazing how many paths all have similarities between them. The Quechua people don't call the energy portals the chakras. They have different words for them, but they're the same almost.
I don't know if this would work for someone else, but I think, which I didn't think before, I think it's definitely worth exploring.
Cool. Well, come over on a Tuesday night and join us in Circle. Love to have you. Yeah, Renee.
And my little guy was whispering to me when you were talking about the stuff at the end, at the very end. But I asked him if he wanted to talk about it out loud. He said, no, that's okay. But he met with my Aunt Fanny,
Oh.
and he said his bird was blue.
Children find it so easy to do this.
We do chakra meditations frequently at night, so they know the chakras at least, yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. Anyone else want to share? Haven't heard from this side of the room.
My bird is a big gray or some kind of rat.
Oh, like an eagle or something?
Couldn't quite tell.
Or maybe a condor.
Maybe it's gray, it's light silvery gray.
Yeah.
I couldn't really visualize any ends. I could see the back. So, I didn't see a face. It was male. I just wrote on my right arm, faith, which I took to mean internal faith, not faith.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big one. Beautiful. Oh, I'm excited for you. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
What did you enjoy anything
Well, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's just that you didn't perceive it. Maybe you will next time. It's there. It's already there. Did you see an ancestor? You know what that means? Yeah. You were working on the next deadline. Okay, well, if no one else has anything to share, I'll just thank the spirits for joining us today and blessing us with a beautiful state of Piney, which I think you folks create every Sunday when you get here together. It's a beautiful congregation and a beautiful space, and I really appreciate so much that you make it available for us to have our monthly circles. Everyone loves coming here. It's really great.
You have another smoke for this.
We're not having one in December because it's Christmas Eve, but we will in January.